Welcome back, groundlings, and you find me approaching the Ridgeway with faithful hound Effie on the lead right now, because we are traversing the bit of the pathway where deer are often found grazing. First thing, it's about 7:30, 7:45, and Effie loves a deer and will be known to chase fields and fields. She just loses it. She just kind of she wouldn't do anything if she caught one, and she never will, or she probably won't, but she just instinct takes over, and off she goes. She loves to chase deer, and there's that meeting moment that I describe in the poem on my last record, Matins, where you kind of eye to eye suddenly across the field, and their lovely chestnut leaf ears poke up above the crops. Anyway, I'm keeping her on the leash at the moment, just until we clear Roe Deer Alley, and the encounter with a wild creature first thing, or at any time, is just a glorious and unexpected thing, especially for hares and barn owls, for me. And of course the encounter with hares and owls in the field is just the point at which we stumble across them and our pathways cross. The hares are in the field all the time, and I've been thinking about that this week because I was driving near Swindon recently. I went up to an event for the wonderful Churches Conservation Trust on Tuesday, and I was driving back and I saw one of those invisible work parties in the road, with lots of bollards and a new kind of sign which I hadn't seen before, that said working even when out of sight, which I laughed out loud for and really enjoyed, and I thought that would be a great email footer to put on my correspondence. It's not just when you see me that I'm busy, but also naturally, being of this turn of mind, it set me thinking about God. And there's a line, well, many lines in scripture that remind us that God is at work even when out of sight. And of course he's out of sight all the time, in one sense, in that God is invisible, though we discern his presence and interpret his actions within the things we can see. And I was reminded especially of the line in the 121st Psalm, that beautiful Psalm of ascent. Some of the Psalms are, there's a group of about a dozen of them that are Psalms of ascent, and they were, it's thought, used by worshippers as they approached the Jerusalem temple and climbed upwards towards it, Psalms of ascent. And so they're especially good for climbing to high places like we are at the moment. And it reads, it's the one that reads, I lift up my eyes unto the hills, where does my help come from? Anyway, there's one particular verse in that reads, he who watches over you shall neither slumber nor sleep. And I've just been pondering the fact that our encounters with God, or our witnesses of where we see him at work, are like encounters with hares in the field or barn owls along the road. They are not, they're not in one sense proof that he's there. They are reassuring reminders, glorious gifts, but for believers who believe that everything we can see, all that is present to us, flows from the kind of greater presence, the original presence as you might call God. And so that sense that God is at work, even though we can't see him, is a consoling thing. He is not present because we see him. Those signs, as I say, are an encouragement and a consolation. There's a lovely line in a poem by Denise Levertov, one of my favourite poets, who I think the poem is called something Wonder. Is it Original Wonder? Oh, Primal Wonder. Primary Wonder, that's what it's called. And it finishes with the line, the wonder that there is anything at all. And she says, days pass when I forget all of that in the distractions of life. Obviously she puts it in a beautifully lyrical way. And when she comes to a point of stillness and remembrance, recognition, it is the wonder that there is anything at all. And we need a bit of space in order to recapture that wonder of presence. And every so often, if our attention is in the right place and not distracted, we catch a glimpse of a deer or a hare. Anyway, who knows what we'll see on the way back. God bless you as you go to ground.